I'm Grumps, I'm not so Grump, and we're the Game Grumps!
Hey, welcome back!
Hello.
This is the time for us to shine.
I'm happy that we're shining with you, our lovelies.
Aw.
Yep. Gonna take
Just don't get too close or else we'll lose our shine.
I was gonna say, what if every like 35th episode I'm just like, you know what, lovelies? I fucking love you. I'm saying it. I'm not afraid to say it. I love our fans.
Wait,
you guys are
what
the fucking best.
What do you say? I was paying
Quit
attention
changing
to
the
you.
subject. Quit changing the subject. I'm just
Stop.
expressing my
A
love.
letter in the Good Egg Galaxy.
Oh, okay.
Good Egg Gal. That's in the first one, right?
Yeah, that was
it's in
way
the
early
first
on.
one. But I got everything in those, didn't I?
Is there a limit on those star bits that you can hold?
No, bro.
Great.
Good Egg Galaxy.
There you go.
I fucking got it, though. There's a letter? I guess I'll just, like...
C for cranberries! Not now, Dr. Hoffman.
Okay.
When are you gonna finish Trauma Center, Aaron?
Oh.
It's not me asking, Aaron. It's Dr. Dr. Hoffman.
Don't even get me started, Mr. Hoffman.
Well, the funny thing is, like,
Doctor!
we've talked about it. Like, all our outstanding things like it's their own story. Like with Pokemon, Pokemon and Dog Island. You know, like it's a time issue because Pokemon we need to grind and stuff, and Dog Island we need to like set time aside for an hour-long episode. And like, I don't know if people quite understand like how stupidly like busy our days are, you know, where like we just don't have time to like fucking do other shit or have social lives, any semblance of a social life.
What's that?
And so like, but with Trauma Center, the holdup is literally that Aaron is not good enough to finish the game.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
No, that's absolutely true.
Yeah, you said those were your words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have seen, like, top-level playthroughs, but it looks like a robot is doing it.
Really?
Yeah, it's,
Can we just
behold.
like use the footage of a top-level playthrough and record our
and just like,
vocals
oh,
over it?
whoa!
Whoa, Aaron!
Yeah.
You're going crazy
I've
here.
been practicing. You guys asked for it, and now you're gonna get it. Meanwhile, there's like a watermark that says, like, Mahalo Games. Like, oh, no, look at me. Mm-hmm. I did this.
Me.
Oh, man, I'm gonna have to shit like a fucking racehorse after this.
That's not what the saying is, first of all.
Yeah, but have you ever seen a racehorse shit?
I have not. I imagine it's very fast.
It's like... It's like when you...
It's like on beat.
It's when you, like, drop like a wet sack on the ground. That's the sound it makes.
Oh, no.
Just...
How much horse feces have you been around?
And you can feel it. It like,
oh, your
shits
mom
the
runs
ground.
a horse thing. I
Yeah.
forgot all about that.
Duh. I've been around horses my whole life.
Shit, dude.
Yeah.
I always forget that you're like a fucking podunk hick from the backwoods of Florida.
Yep. No, it's totally true.
That is funny.
Yeah.
That, like, yeah, you grew up, like, in a rural Florida environment, and I grew up in the fucking suburbs of New Jersey. And 10 years earlier.
I mean, that's only partially true. Like, I don't know where the fuck this letter is, so fuck it.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. 5 minutes of my life I'm not getting back.
The weird thing about my childhood is that it was trapped between two worlds, right? Like, we lived just outside of...
The Zorglax dimension?
No, the Z-Blocks dimension.
It's just because you said trapped between two worlds. Oh my god. I don't mean to fucking detract from your story, but like, I watched my favorite South Park episode yesterday, which is the fucking cat pee one where they go into the heavy metal universe.
What?
Have you never seen that one?
No, well, I'm not up to date on my South Parks.
Oh, this one is from like 7 years ago.
Oh, I'm not up to date on my old South Parks.
But you know heavy metal, right? Like the late 70s, early 80s, like magazine / comic book / movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of like, you know, hot chicks and like weird aliens and shit. There's a type of way of getting high where you use like cat pheromone juice essentially to get high, and Kenny does it, and it takes him into heavy metal town where he sees like the hot sexy girl, and like he goes to like the king of that land, and he's like, I see you fallen from my daughter's awesome rockin' tits. It's just like, you must lather her awesome boobage in the fountains of Varnoth or some shit like that. Just fucking cracks me up so much. We have to watch that together.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
So, okay, cool. Sorry, so that's the alternate dimension thing got me thinking of the fountains of Narvoth or whatever.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Well, anyway, back to my shitty story.
Yeah, please.
Hold on, this fucking penguin wants something.
Sparklies.
Alright, he wants the sparklies. I gotta get the sparklies.
You got it, girl.
Well, hold on, if I shoot a fucking sparkly... Yeah, eat shit.
Yeah, and you just like skip away like,
I'm trying to remember what the point of my story was. I remember what the story was,
you
but-
were between two worlds.
Yeah,
growing
so
up.
I grew up and I was like, I lived in this like backwoods town that was like across the street from a really nice suburb.
Okay.
So I went to these like nice schools and had like sort of these, you know, I had a lot of friends that like, they had like nice houses and like all of the systems and stuff.
Right.
And then I just like had nothing. And it was so bizarre to like live, and people hated coming over to my house because they had to like open the rickety gate to like get inside on the dirt road, and they'd have to wash their cars every time they came to my house.
Right.
But they were my friends, so they would do it for me.
It's funny, man. It's weird, like, do you miss it?
What, living out in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, just your home, like the place where you grew up.
Fuck no.
No?
I mean, I miss my parents.
Right.
But no, not Florida. Florida sucks.
That's... Wow, interesting. Cause...
I would be fine never going back there again.
Wow.
Yeah.
I really loved the place where I grew up.
I'm trying to look for this turtle shell, but...
I love New Jersey, man. It gets such a bad rap because most people only see the turnpike, which is a disgusting, stanky mess. But there's a lot of like beautiful forests and waterfalls and stuff in the wilds of Jersey.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Cool.
And it's weird too because like I went to school in Boston and then I immediately moved to New York and Philadelphia and all sorts of different places. And like since I honestly, since I left home at like 17 or 18, like I've never had a place that I felt like I was home, you know?
Yeah.
And it's weird because you go back to those places and they don't feel like home anymore because, you know, so much has changed. But that was what was so cool because this past year I started going to Oregon a lot. And even now, like, I mean, because our CD manufacturer, CD Baby, is up there and we're signing those CDs. Like, actually, tonight, I'm going, after we finish these episodes, I'm getting on a flight and going back up there.
Yeah, talking about that fucking busy life.
Yeah,
in that earlier episode.
It's crazy, it's crazy. But like, but that's the thing, like, Oregon, for whatever reason, like, gave me that feeling for the first time in like, what, 20 years of like actually being home, you know? And it's just, it's such an awesome like thing when you find it. Of course, I can't live there right now, but like, it's just cool to like know that you can find that in other places.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Well, that rabbit is fucking very sparkly.
I know what you mean. I don't know. For me, home is a good book and a couch.
And where Susie is. Right?
Thanks for making me
No, I'm not fucking being like, and your wife, right? No, like, I'm just saying, like, when you love someone like that, like, that's where home is, you know?
Yes.
For sure.
Of course.
For sure.
Yes. That is actually very true. Yeah, you know when you, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but like, because I've
Oh shit.
So I grew up, you know, I lived with my parents and everything, but they, you know, dad was always at work and mom was always doing like doing her like charity stuff.
Right.
So I was pretty much home alone a lot of the time.
Right.
Not that I was like neglected or anything, but it's just, I was pretty independent. And then when I started living with somebody else, it was like hard because I was like, oh man, I've been alone this whole time and now I'm always around people.
Right.
And even now it's like, okay, I come to the office and I'm surrounded by people. I go home and I have my wife. So it's like weird. Mm-hmm. And so I have this feeling like oh man, I need my alone time. Like, man, if I get my alone time, like things are gonna be like just the way they were, and it's gonna be like the best. And then Susie like goes off on a trip for a while, and then like the first day I'm like, yeah, and then the second day I'm like, I'm lonely.
Oh, totally. Well, dude, like
I don't know what to do.
Those psychology books that I've been reading and talking about, like talk about that shit. How like, happiness with other people, especially in a relationship, is like there has to be a balance of contact and space, you know? And if there's too much contact, then you feel smothered, and if there's too much space, you feel lonely, you know, and isolated. So like, you just need to find that balance, and that's why long distance relationships are so hard, because there's too much space, you know, like, I don't know, it's all in the way you approach things, and like what your own personal like guidelines are and what works for you, but. Either way, like, I guess the moral of all this, we didn't mean to get deep on this random episode of Galaxy, but like, the moral of all this is like, you know, you make your own rules and find what works for you, and you can be happy anywhere and with anyone cool, you know? You just have to like, have the understanding that like, you need to find that like balance.
Just like this guy cannot find the balance between
being a huge fat ass. Like, yeah.
Jeez.
That's it. I'm stuffed. Are you? You big, gross glob of bleh.
Well, next time on GameGrumps.
Okay, see you later, everybody.
Have a great time.
Adios.
Great night.
Oh, the Drip Drop Galaxy.
Good time, friends.
Good times, friends. Could you give me a little more space, Aaron? You're a little too much contact here.
Sorry, I'll leave you for 3 months.
Thank God. Then like day 2, I'm like, no!
I'm sorry!